And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
Well, welcome on a Monday night. It is the weekly recap from We Are Soccer. I'm your host, Craig Hearn. We are going to have some fun on this Monday night football chat. We got a lot to talk about. Durán does the double as Aston Villa, my Aston Villa, tie Liverpool 3-3 in the home finale at Villa Park for Villa this season. They do have one more game. We'll get to that. Listen, Villa played well. We'll talk about it. We'll dive in with the boys here. We're going to talk about the game tomorrow, which has big implications in the title race and if Aston Villa can get into that last Champions League spot. Yes, it's Man City versus Tottenham. We're going to talk about the games from this past weekend. Arsenal 1-0 over Man United. We'll talk all about that. We are talking title race, how that's going to go down. We'll put our thoughts in there. Manager of the Year in the Premiership. 5 candidates up for the award. We'd like to know who you think should win it. We'll talk all about that. We've got a lot more to come. Oh, and by the way, did you hear that Sergio Ramos maybe headed to the MLS? Yep, we'll see how that goes. Oh, and Jesse Marsch has a new job. North of the border, he's buying Tim Hortons every day. That's got to make Nate really happy. We got a lot of other things to talk about. Before we jump in with the boys here, I do want to say a big thank you to our partners, a big thank you to Soccer World, a big thank you to Next Level Training, a big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars, a big, big thank you to Thomas McGee's, and a big thanks to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. We very much appreciate all of you guys and helping us out here at We Are Soccer. All right, now, it's not just me. I got some friends here. Nate, Danny, how are you? How's it going?
Well, I'm a little upset that Brooks has sent 0 crab pictures.
Yeah, maybe we should explain what's going on there. Brooks is in Maryland for MLS Next Flex, the youth tournament there. And Nate requested crab pictures. He said, go out and eat.
Delicious crab pictures. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, and so far we've gotten a big
0.
Brooks has failed us.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, it's one simple task. Go to one of the probably many restaurants that serve crab. Take a picture. That's it. That's all you had to do. One simple thing. How late are you there? How many days has he been gone?
He was there on Friday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Monday. He's spending half a day there, so 4.5 days. Not one picture.
Not one picture.
That was your only request.
That's a total of 4.5 days. I mean, if you eat like me, it's like about 20 meals that you probably could have had to meet your macros.
Yeah.
Not one picture of delicious crabs.
Fail on Brooks' part.
F super minus. What the hell has he been doing all day?
No, I have no idea, to be honest.
Couldn't just stop into one place and get some crabs?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, anyways.
Yep.
Hey, all the Bundesliga teams are doing well in Europe.
Yeah, well, yes, they are. We're going to talk about that Champions League final that has
2 finals.
Maybe not the one we all thought was going to be in it, right?
Yeah, things happen.
Yeah.
They got the easier route with having to play PSG.
You can only play who's put in front of you.
I mean, PSG is never going to be in a final.
No, they aren't.
No.
Now they're definitely not going to be since Mbappé
They have no
has
players.
said, he gone. He's on his way to Real Madrid for next season. Danny, you're awfully quiet over there, my friend. How are you? How have things been?
Good, mate. I'm just doing architectural plans for a new Old Trafford here, mate.
Yeah? Oh, my.
I've been tasked with that by Sir Jim Radcliffe. So just putting the finishing touches to, stopping a leaking roof. So.
What do you mean? The water feature?
Yeah.
You don't like the water feature? The water feature is nice. What do you mean leaking roof? That was a environmentally sound water feature that they installed into...
It just doesn't seem right in Manchester to have a waterfall.
Well, I mean,
great place.
You don't have many waterfalls there, so they wanted to add one, and it's a make it look nice.
Bit of an embarrassment, though, isn't it?
No, I mean everyone loves rivers flowing down the stands.
You
Make a little boat and put it down. Wee. Like what else are you gonna do when the game's shit? You can make little boats and sail them down the river Trafford. Wee.
The stands that didn't look good. But then you also saw the tunnel where the players walk out the dressing rooms, and it was flowing in there. And it's like how that's on the bottom floor. How is it incredible?
They showed a video where the water was dripping down the turnstiles, like literally, and there was trash. Well, not dripping, flowing.
Yeah.
There was trash, just like it was going all the way down to the ground. Fucking minging, absolutely minging.
Now
Minging's a good English
What
word,
is
isn't it?
minging? Hello.
Minging is shit.
Oh.
Minging is shit.
Yeah.
Just shit.
It does boggle the mind that they haven't fixed this stadium at all in the last several years. I mean, and that's going to be one of the things this Urgent.
Can we just do one of in my architectural plans here? I've drawn up a brand new Old Trafford, and do you know what I've done with the old one? You know those demolition things in Vegas you see sometimes with the casinos? I want to be the one that pushes that button.
Well, that's actually what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Is
Just
to
explode it up
and then
just
move it
blow
back
it down, yeah.
So is Manchester United potentially going to do what Barcelona are doing, where they play at another stadium for 2 years, and why they rebuilt?
I think so. Yeah, apparently we're going to go to Salford United.
I thought we could go to City. There's no fans
Where there's
there.
15,000 people in the stadium, some
I was
shit
about
like
to say,
that.
do they even have that many?
No.
Yeah. But no,
Good old Salford.
Yeah,
Hey.
very appalling to see those. I got to listen again. We all know Craig, not a Man United supporter and fan in the slightest. But
Wait, what?
I know news, breaking news. I do feel bad for the fans who have to go and watch, and they go, "What is this?"
It's one of the
It's bad.
It's one of the highest marketed club that there is in the world. Like its value is worth, and what that means is if they were to sell the name brand on the open market, it would go for a lot of money. Okay, it doesn't mean the cash in hand, but the fact that they have a leaky stadium.
Do you know what they should do?
Yeah.
Do you know like they could make a shitload of money?
Yeah.
Sell umbrellas at the stadium.
Ooh, that's a good one. What about little boats? I like the little boats.
Oh, the little boats.
Yeah, little boats. And you get bored, you send them down.
you
Yeah,
see-
little boat races.
You see Anthony going down the fucking wing in one of those.
Hey.
He'd probably get.
You'd
there
be
quick.
doing circles on the way down.
Hey!
Hey!
That was good. Well done.
We want to be able to find Rashford's boat. Oh,
halfway up.
Anana's boat would be leaky. Hey! I could do this all day.
Are we a comedic show or are we just obnoxious?
Yeah. Yes, on both accounts.
That's about the girls.
Casemiro
Let him call
boat.
him B.
Casemiro's boat would show up late with a ticket. Hey!
And be going backwards. Trust me. He not good.
Hoyland's boat would be young, fast, and not touching the ball. Hey!
No one would pass to him, right?
Oi.
All right, we'll get to that game. There's a lot to talk about with Man United, but let's talk about what we'll probably say is game of the week with the Aston Villa game today. Game.
Did you say Villa played well?
I did.
Did you just not take the Villa glasses off?
Because I don't think they
I-
played well. I don't know. You could, Danny, you can correct me if I'm
Hey,
wrong. You
hey,
guys
I've
both
got-
beat up on me, but I don't think they played well.
I've got no skin in the game on this one because I was at high school practice while that game was going on.
Well, I will tell you that we do know that Aston Villa likes to kind of sit back and break out, right? So 5 shots on goal for Villa, 19 shot attempts, 1 yellow card, 5 corner kicks, 5 saves. They had 48% of the possession. 41% of the possession. Where they failed, and the announcers did say if Villa had the class of strikers that Liverpool had, this game would be a different game.
Oh, that's where they failed.
Does he?
In the striking end, yeah.
Oh, that
absolutely.
There is where they failed. Not the Emmy Martinez 2 messed up.
1.
2.
Excuse me, 2. How?
2 when he outstretched. The only goal that was quality from Liverpool was their third. The second where it went across the box, his hand literally got onto it. If he would have dived more of an angle, he would have covered it. Those are 2 mistakes on his ass. Best keeper in the world. Didn't do shit all in that game and was really poor. Really poor.
I'd still rather have my keeper than yours.
That's fantastic. Ours has less own goals than yours this
Ours
year.
has the most own goals in
Period.
Premier League history.
So good job with that.
Yeah.
Did he
Anyways.
Nate, your opinion is not valid.
Did he just
Okay.
did he just recite stats
Yep.
from a game?
So what it is my opinion's not valid because he likes Villa.
Because I don't think
That's
you
his
really
argument.
watched the game.
No, I did watch the game. I turned it on. I was watching it intently and saw two goalkeeper mistakes on your boy that led to 2 goals very quick on. Actually, there was a third opportunity that could have happened, and you guys would have been really digging yourself out. The mistake that Liverpool made turning it over on their end, which caused their goal, was entirely bad on them, not good on Villa and the way they played. Villa was pinned into their half.
Not good on Villa?
Villa was pinned into their half, most that half, the first half. Villa was pinned in and struggled to actually do shit. So I'm sorry, I'm not saying Villa's bad. I'm saying I don't think they played that. I was surprised because I thought Villa was going to be the better team against Liverpool because Liverpool has been so poor, but Liverpool actually looked very strong in that first half going against them.
Go ahead, Danny.
Did you not like the class of striker that you just talked about there?
Ollie Watkins?
Ollie Watkins has been better than any Liverpool forward this season.
So
apparently he doesn't count.
In the game today, Ollie Watkins did not have
Did he
shots.
score? He scored, didn't he?
No.
He had an assist.
He had an assist. He didn't have any shots on goal today.
Okay.
Diaby had 2 or 3 that he could have put. He was on a breakaway, by the way. Fluffed it over the top. Should have had another one. Diego Carlos, our center back, on the 1-yard line, just needs to do anything, put anything on the ball, and he couldn't. Missed. Like, breakaway, 1-yard line, missed. Diaby had 2 that should have been. Leon Bailey should have had a couple of shots. In the final third today, Villa they didn't have their shooting boots.
Well,
They didn't have their shooting boots. And Liverpool did. Martinez bailed them out on 2 occasions. He did make a mistake 1 minute in. The one that Nate's talking about is you got to cover the near post as a goalkeeper, and then to stretch out, he got a fingertip to it, but there was no one marking behind him, so not his fault.
It's the way and manner he went down and the angle he went down and at the time he went down.
That's your opinion. I don't think it's a goalkeeping error.
That's 100%. 100%.
My opinion, not even close to a goalkeeping error.
Okay.
Danny.
Also, you missed this several times. Liverpool were an inch offside and would have had several goals there.
Do you want to mention the one that Villa put in the back of the net was an inch offside as well?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
And then give Liverpool.
So Liverpool had 2 offside goals.
Then it's a 6-4 game. Cool.
This is like watching a tennis match.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't know what he was watching.
I don't know what you were watching. Take your fan goggles off for a minute.
Absolutely did. Martinez.
You didn't.
Error in the first. Then Villa. I've watched Villa all year.
I understand
This is what they do. They sit back. They let teams come out, and they break out with our speed.
Deuce.
Love, set, match.
Deuce.
And you know what? I don't watch either teams all year. I watched this one game.
We're not.
So I don't really care what they did all year.
Okay,
I can tell you what they did in this game.
Okay.
Can we talk about an implication? Because I've got a really interesting implication.
Yeah, go for it.
So the point was actually given the game and the way that you're talking about it. I don't know what his opinion really is of the game. Or you both have different opinions right now, but the implication of the draw today is a 5-point gap between them and Spurs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I was worried about. Remember me saying to you a couple of weeks ago on the show, I said Spurs are going to get beat, right? And they'll get beat by Chelsea, they'll get beat by Liverpool, which they did.
Yep.
Right.
They certainly
They picked up points on the weekend, which I told you they would.
Yep.
And then
they were down 1-0 to Burnley,
Right.
but then they came back and won 3-1. Correct. Yep.
And I said that they will beat City, and the implications couldn't be more clear.
Yep.
Because the 5-point gap with a game in hand against City, if they beat City, it's a 2-point gap going into the last game of the season, and Villa have a really tough trip to Palace.
Yep. Where they only now need to pick up a point.
Right. And Spurs go away to Sheffield United.
Yep. Where they'll pick up 3, most likely. But if Villa get a draw, then it's even, and our goal difference is ahead by 8, I believe.
Yeah.
So unless they're willing to go 8.
So there's implications here. Real big implications. And, I thought, because no Spurs fan wants Arsenal to win the league. They just don't. They don't.
Is that not bizarre to you, though, that they would rather them sacrifice their own Champions League spot so that Spurs don't
here's the
win?
thing. Here's the thing that I'm thinking is that they're going to go all out tomorrow. I think
Spurs got nothing to lose.
Yeah, Spurs got nothing to lose. They'll go all out tomorrow, try and win that game against City.
they're going to get their ass kicked against City. And I don't even like City. There is no way. This is where all your point counting goes right up the shitter.
I totally agree with you. I watched City I watched City Fulham at the weekend, and I switched it on, and I watched it. I didn't have a game till the afternoon, so I switched it on. I watched the whole game, and there was a spell in the first half for about 20 minutes where Fulham were absolutely brilliant. Mm-hmm. They were ripping City to shreds, and I thought, hey up, like this is a tough trip. And then it was like that. Light switch.
City went, oh, wait, we remember who we are now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It was like,
and boom, boom, boom,
it was
boom.
like light switch. Light switch went on, and I thought, yeah, they're in championship mode again.
Yep. They haven't lost in 21 matches now in the Premiership, something like that. Undefeated in 21. I mean, it's not.
I've just got a wrinkle because in years past, Pep has never ever talked about going into a game at the end of the season thinking, well, if we don't win, we're going to lose the title.
Right.
And he's come out recently and he's gone, well, we have to beat City. We have to beat Spurs because if we don't, Arsenal win the title.
Yep.
So they're discounting the fact that actually Everton go to the Emirates on Sunday, and City are at home against Wolves, I think. Right. So they're discounting Everton completely.
Is that not? Yeah, absolutely. Is that not Pep almost motivating Everton?
Potentially
motivating Sean Dyche and Everton and demotivating Arsenal by saying if we do mess up against Spurs. Hey, Arsenal, congratulations, you've won it. And those players going.
Spurs fans will fucking lynch their players if they don't go out and perform tomorrow.
I've heard a lot of Spurs fans who hope their team lose. They do not want Arsenal, which it blows my mind. I will not sacrifice a loss for my team for my rival to lose. I don't care about the rivals.
Tell you what, there's about a $75 million check waiting for them if they manage to win tomorrow and Spurs get done in at Palace, which is entirely possible with the way Palace are playing right now.
Yeah, you mean Villa get done in at Palace?
Yeah, Villa get done
absolutely.
in at Palace.
Yeah, Palace have been lights out for a couple of weeks now. The only thing is, it's the last game of the season. Have those players booked their holidays? Is that what they're looking forward to for Palace? Because Villa do have something to play for. But, Danny, I'm going to disagree. I think the worst case scenario happens tomorrow is a draw for me. I think Spurs and City, worst case scenario is a draw, which then hands the the Champions League spot to Villa, and I'm getting drunk on 2 bottles of wine tomorrow night.
I will be on my knees tomorrow around 3:00 praying to easy Tiger.
Ooh.
Easy. I know Jana's
Whoa. Family show here there.
I know Jana's coming home, but easy, Tiger. I will be on my knees tomorrow at 3:00 praying my ass off that Spurs do in City.
Because you don't want City to win it.
I don't want City to win fucking anything. So why would I want them to win the league for the 4th time and outdo what United have done?
4th in a row, 5 in the last 6.
You guys are a farm league. You got the same team that wins every year, unlike the Bundesliga, where we now have a new team. It's totally different.
You've got one title change in 20 years, and now it's not a farm league.
They've never won a title. I mean, this is okay, totally
one title change.
It's totally different. It's a new animal.
I'm sorry. Did you just become a Leverkusen fan overnight instead of a Stuttgart fan?
No, I just like to stick it to the rich league, the oil league.
He's such a wanker.
Stick it to the man.
He's an absolute wanker, isn't he?
But I mean, no, but seriously, come on. In all jokes aside, there's no way Pep's going to drop 6 points in the next 2 games.
I didn't say he was going to drop 6 points. He only needs to get beat once.
Arsenal
are not getting beat at home against Everton.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
And
I don't with the title on the line.
And I don't think City's going to lose either game.
Well,
I just don't. I'm sorry.
Everybody said Harry Kane was going to win a trophy at Bayern Munich, and that didn't happen.
They didn't know the league like I knew the league, and I said, not a chance.
Did you guys see the meme about how to stop Real Madrid from winning the Champions League? Have him sign Harry Kane. Oh,
God, you got a feel for that guy, though.
Oh, man. I kind of do.
I love it, me. I love it. I love it. I just love it.
Really?
Yeah, I do, because, he's probably going to be ever so motivated to win the Euros in
that's a good point, actually.
In the summertime, right?
Yeah, sure.
But at this rate, I'd leave him at home.
No, don't be silly. Leave him at home. He scored 42 goals this year.
Just stick Ollie Watkins in there.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, good
Ollie
Lord.
Watkins.
He didn't have a shot on goal today, man.
I mean, Ollie Watkins.
Well, he was
playing.
playing.
Shot on goal.
He was playing. He was playing against the world-class Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
I don't.
World class.
World. Hey.
Class.
Hey. Virgil van Dijk is world
Class.
class.
Would you not take him for your club right now?
Virgil van Dijk?
Yeah. Right now.
I mean, I would take.
I'd
right
rather
now.
get on my
I would
knees
take a-
for Nate.
I would
than
take a chair.
Take Virgil van
I'd
Dijk.
take a rolling chair over half the defenders we have, right? Because at least a rolling chair, if I push it at someone, it might actually do something.
I'd take a mannequin over Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, I've never seen
I would take Emmy Martinez over Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, Jesus.
And let him score goals into my own net.
Bring back Phil Jones. I'll take Phil Jones over Virgil van Dijk.
Oof. What is he
Injured.
doing these days? Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
we
I would
could
say
get-
he's probably injured picking up wages somewhere.
Can we get Chris Smalling from Roma? He was kind of good.
He actually picked it up and played all right out there. All right, yeah, so Villa 3-3. Johan Duran comes back and scores 2 in the 85th and 88th minute. Villa 3-3 over Liverpool against Liverpool. Man United, as you heard, they're 1-0 losers to Arsenal at Old Trafford. Old Trafford, as you heard us talking about in the first couple
Lake
of minutes.
Trafford,
Lake
please.
Trafford.
Lake Trafford. Thank you.
It is now Pond Trafford's deep Pond Trafford.
Hey, don't demean us. We're a lake.
It is a pond. And it is synonymous with the way that we play as well, because we move quicker than pond water. So it's actually good. But it's also really good as well, because if the stadium fills up, the old analogy comes in that United couldn't score if they were in a boat with pond water.
Oh, my word. I mean, you took it there. You really did. You really did.
They couldn't hit the boat from the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, they couldn't hit the ocean from a boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going to win a single game until they played Rosenborg in a friendly.
I was dying today as well because I saw something on social media and it was a picture of Eric Ten Hag, and underneath it said that if Manchester United finished 7th, they could be playing in a 2-legged playoff for the Europa Conference League in August. And I thought to myself, I went, if I was Eric Ten Hag on Sunday, actually against Newcastle on Wednesday and on Sunday, I'd play my under-18s.
Just tank it.
And just tank them both. There's no way that football club should deserve... no way that football club should be playing in the conference league. Just avoid it at all costs.
I'm telling you right now, I said it a couple of months back. If it's going to be bad, just make it bad and have a reset for the year. Don't bother wasting your time going to play in the conference league, because I'm telling you, it happened to Villa, and it happened to West Ham last year, as we know. They got in the Europa Conference League, and their form went to just as Villa's did the end of this year, because there's so many games. It's not worth it. Just do a reset and have the year off from Europe.
If they absolutely manage to scrape past City in the FA Cup final and get a Europa League spot, I would turn around to UEFA and say, we're giving the spot to somebody else and avoid it like the plague.
I mean, the problem is it's money coming in the door, right? It means more games at your stadium, and it means money in it's through the turnstiles, so it's money in. And
anyway, let's talk about the game.
It is what it is. What do you want to talk about? The Arsenal game? That Arsenal Man United game?
Let's talk about the game for a second.
Go for it. I'll let you have your thoughts on it. Go for it.
I will summarize my thoughts in 30 seconds or less.
Oh,
want to time me? 30 seconds or less.
Hold
Ready?
on 1 second.
All right.
And go.
Go. United in the first half, first 20, 25 minutes were absolutely brilliant.
Ooh.
Passing movement was absolutely incredible. After that, it was absolutely shit.
Yeah.
Garnacho probably had the worst performance of his season. Arsenal couldn't have had an easier game. What am I at? 14 seconds. Trossard's goal was just
It was coming.
basic, and it was coming, and it was poor centre-back decision-making by Casemiro, poor goalkeeping. Very, very similar to the way that we've been playing all season. Didn't enjoy the performance.
No, it wasn't entertaining.
And then the roof leaked.
Yeah, the roof leaked heavily. Nate?
37.66 seconds.
Ooh.
Well, I went over. There was a roof leak, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a roof leak again.
Yeah, shit.
Nate, your thoughts on you want to put?
The team brings me no joy in life. Ready to talk Stuttgart or some other fun thing, because I just couldn't be bothered at this point. It's
I will say that. Did you see the interview with Roy Keane and Wayne Rooney?
I read some of about it. Yeah.
Afterward.
Yeah, I read about
Where
it.
they publicly came out and said that some of those players in that dressing room are fit. They're fit, not injured.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not playing for their club right
Wayne Rooney specifically said that. Said, I think they are fit. They're healthy. They just don't want to play. They don't want to come out and play for this manager. They don't want to come out and be put under this abuse where they're at.
It's not just that. I think a lot of them are like, why am I going to go and get injured playing for shit like that when I've got Euros waiting around the corner?
How terrible is that? How
It's just,
terrible is
like,
that?
It's just bad.
1, 2,
know?
3, 4,
It's
6,
bad.
7, 8, 9, 10
Ten what?
people on injured list.
Okay, so name him.
Top to bottom. Lindelof.
Don't believe it.
Maloko. But he actually, I do believe it.
Malachi, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
Malacia, I do
yeah,
believe,
Malacia,
yeah.
I do. Varane, Mount, Rashford, Shaw.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Yeah, I
don't
was about to say
believe
Mount and Rashford. No,
No.
they've been in and out. They've been fine.
it. Don't believe it.
Nope.
Martinez.
Coming back from a lengthy,
Ye-
yeah, I believe that.
I
one.
will say I think he is injured. Yep.
Maguire.
Nope.
I think he would be on the field. I think he's stubborn. He's stubborn English. He'd be on the field if he could. He's getting paid. I
don't know.
think he would be.
I don't know.
Fernandez.
I don't know. That one's questioning.
If Bruno's
Do you want
Bruno has
can I
played
tell-
through many injuries before. If he's injured, he's injured.
Can I tell you his injury?
What?
According to this, it's a knock, and he's doubtful.
Maybe they're saving him for the FA Cup final, but there's players in that squad that are fit that could be playing right now.
Martial.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe saving one or two for the FA Cup final that's coming up. Obviously, May 25th.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. Listen, it is sad to hear, and that's not Jamie Carragher. That's not a Gary Lineker. That is two players who are
They were in the
legends
studio.
of the club.
They were in the studio at Old
The-
Trafford.
The club,
Yeah.
the club will not be happy with them. The
No.
club will go and have a word. But I love the fact that both of them stated their mind and their opinion and put it out there and said that it's just not good enough. And I think good on them. Well done. You know.
Yeah,
Applaud
Arsenal couldn't have had an easier game, to be honest. It's probably the easiest game that Arsenal have ever had at Old Trafford, including Pizzagate.
Oh boy.
But yeah, just disappointing on all fronts, to be honest with you.
It looks like the players don't want to play for this manager anymore.
I think I think there's an element to that, but I also think that they're going to stick with him. I know I said a couple of weeks ago that I thought Thomas Tuchel will come in, but I think they're going to stick with him. And the reason I think they're going to stick with him is because I think this management group have seen the writing on the wall with a lot of these players.
So, all right. So you're saying we're sticking with the manager, but the players have got to be shipped out.
Yeah.
There has to be a handful.
So I think this excuse me, this new management group, they won't want to come into the football club and keep the status quo. The status quo that's been there for 13 years. They won't want to keep it.
Sure.
They won't, because they'll get absolutely butchered by
Yeah.
the fans. Like, look at the Glazers, right? Every time there's a home game right now, even with the change in ownership on the sporting side, they're still shouting, "We want Glazers out, we want Glazers out." So there's a definite sort of cult there at Manchester United that still want the Glazers out. But I think they're going to stick with the manager, and I think they're going to change the trend. And as you've seen in the last couple of weeks, Caballetta's come through, Ethan Wheatley's come through.
Yeah, he's bringing a lot of the youngsters through.
He's bringing a lot. He's bringing a lot of the youngsters through just because he's had to, but also that they're good enough to come into the team.
Sure.
Right. You got Force in there as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mainu, Garnacho have come through, and I think there'll be a systematic change.
I think there's absolutely needed a systematic change. I think there's a need of players because here's what I'm seeing. You've got a player like Mainu who I criticized earlier this year when he got put into the England squad.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm still holding to that I think he was too young to get there, but he has shown glimpses of brilliance. Now what's happened in the past couple of weeks is he's shown glimpses of laziness because he's playing alongside players who aren't willing to put in the work. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, players who he's trying. You have older senior players in the squad so that younger players can model after them.
Well,
He's modeling after the wrong players. Casemiro's just lost it.
Casemiro's legs have gone.
Oh, absolutely.
Varane's legs have gone. I mean, there's players in this. That's why I think they'll actually stick with the manager. I actually do think that. I think the players that were injured for most of the season will be shipped out. Like a Shaw, like a Malacia, like a Casemiro was injured for quite a while. Varane's been injured. Varane hasn't played consistently for Man United in 3 years.
Right, and I don't think the manager really truly rates him anyway. So it doesn't fit his style. So out.
No, I think
See you later.
I think that's why I think they're being really quiet, because with the manager merry-go-round that's going on right now, you're right, and obviously Liverpool's manager's been sorted out. Bayern's still up in the air right now, but there's a rumor today that they're going to stick with Tuchel, which I'm not sure whether he wants that or not. I do think they'll keep him, and this management group won't want to keep status quo. They will want a change. They will want a change from the norm, and the norm is to back the manager to give the power back to the manager and not have the players boot him and down tools. Those players that are down in tools, I can see them going.
They have to.
And they'll reinvest.
It's not an easy task to just get rid of players, though, because you're going to get fleeced on transfer fees if people know that you want them out.
I mean, don't tell me we're going to get fleeced, because there's two players right now playing in Europe, Mason Greenwood and Jadon Sancho, that could go for north of 50 million.
Absolutely, they should.
North of 50 million under their current form.
But
right?
what I'm saying is you're going to have several players who you just named who are currently in the squad, either injured or the manager doesn't really rate them, who need to be shipped out, because you need to be able to take with the new rules coming in and how SPR is, you need that money for wages and sales of new players coming in for him.
Do you know why I believe that players are going in the back in the manager? And this is
Why,
and this
Danny?
is institutional knowledge of the football club.
Sure.
Myself.
Yeah.
In years past, around this time of year, we've been giving out contract renewals, new contracts to players. We haven't had any this year. None. Outside of Rashford, that was last August, I think, or last June.
Mm-hmm.
He was coming up to that final year anyway.
Yep.
They gave him a new contract. All the other ones, gone. Martial's gone on a free. Varane's gone on a free.
Mm-hmm.
Casemiro's looking at Saudi Arabia. Greenwood maybe go to Barcelona.
Yep.
Sancho, Dortmund wants Sancho, just whether they can agree a fee.
Right.
There'll be more players that go, trust me, there will. And this will be I can see 7, 8, 9 players going.
I hope for your sake that happens, because it's needed, my friend. After the performances we've seen in the last couple of weeks, it's been appalling from some of those players who are getting paid astronomical wages and haven't put in the effort.
And you know what? With a stable sporting structure, give Ten Hag a year, get the players out, and see if it changes. If it doesn't, then Ten Hag's not your man.
Right.
But he was a man a year ago. He was the man a year ago. 2 cup finals, 1 trophy, 3rd place.
Sure.
He was the man a year ago playing really good football. The best football we've played since Sir Alex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't change in a year. Managers are not that bad.
No, I agree with you on that. But what I will say is it is bizarre that some of the players who were playing for him last year seem to have just given up this year. Is it him? Is it
I think
the
a lot.
club?
I think a lot of those players are mentally weak. I do believe that. I think a lot of those players are mentally weak. Nothing to do with the manager. I think they're mentally weak.
I'm happy to hear you say that, because I've said that on a couple of times and been absolutely roasted because it's not my club. There are several players, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, that are not Man United quality. Someone posted something in the Facebook group today, was Dennis Irwin. He retired, was it 12 some odd years, whatever years ago. That was a Man United professional. Came in, did his job, was not a flash player, but it could score left foot and right foot, solidly defended. The manager could depend on him, talked highly of him, didn't cause a fuss. There are no players like that in this club right now that are like that and like Roy Keane. And that's Manchester United.
Well, I mean,
those two players in a nutshell.
Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Sexy boy, correct me if I'm wrong. When that class of 92 came through, all those young players, they had players in the dressing room like Keane, Ince, Pallister, Bruce, Schmeichel, Hughes, Kanchelskis. Really good pros.
Solid
pros, right?
That they could model themselves after the old.
Really solid pros.
Yeah.
That's what they talked about. And, the players that came in from the class of 92 is those veterans that were there, and even Sir Bobby Robson that I listened, talked to. You had veterans that were there that would not tolerate certain things.
No.
And absolutely would regulate and say, this is what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Rio Ferdinand said the same thing, and he was bought from Leeds, a rival.
Yep.
And he came into the dressing room, and he said that when I walked into the dressing room, and I walked in there, and I've got Beckham and Giggs and Scholes and Butt and Neville's and Keane and Van Nistelrooy around me, I'm like, holy shit, I'm an experienced international here, and I'm looking up to these guys.
Yep.
None of those youngsters, Garnacho, Mainu, Wheatley, Calabi at the back, they're coming in now. Who they got to look up to?
No one right now.
And it was actually the torch was passed on to Rooney and folks, Scholes and,
Carrick,
thank you. I just lost it. Ferdinand, Vidic. Those were the guys who were the staples after your other staples moved on, and then after that, you just kind of lost it.
But it was interesting that somebody said in Sky Sports, it was Steve McLaren actually, he was doing an interview with Sky Sports, and he brought this up, and he goes, Arsenal were down, but came back up.
Mm-hmm.
Man United will do the same once they get it right. Arsenal didn't get it right for a while after Wenger left.
This is true.
United haven't got it right at all.
United have not gotten it right.
But there's a lot of things there.
Yep.
I mean, just the we'll go back to the stadium just for a second because I've got this punchline that I said to my mum and dad over the weekend. It is an absolute dereliction of duty by the Glazier family to allow that stadium to what it is right now. Dereliction of duty. And we're talking about, it's disgraceful. Yep. It's disgusting and it's disgraceful.
Because it's the fans who pay the money to go sit in that stadium, and you're not treating them with respect.
Absolutely. When I was there, a year and a bit ago, I took my niece on a tour on the Friday, and then I took my nephew to the Leicester game, and it was 1-1. And when we went around the tour, once you get around the ground and the actual field, it's beautiful, and there's so many memories there, and it's historic, right? You get up in the stands, you go to the bathroom. It's fucking disgusting. Right. Absolutely disgusting. It's like stopping at a gas station on a mobile in bloody Kentucky. It's that bad. You walk in, there's stains everywhere, there's broken fucking glass, like all over the place. Yeah. Absolutely awful. And it's a dereliction of duty for them to allow it to get to the place that it's got to. But
that's just the way it is. A lot of things need to change within that club.
Sorry, I talked way too much there.
No, I mean, that's how I felt a little bit, myself when I first went there. And the first couple of times I went there, around the ground on the outside of the stadium, it's really nice. It's just when you get in, it's kind of, could use a bit of a renovation, if you will.
Just knock it down.
I say at this point.
Bulldoze it.
Yeah, I have to, I think.
Just bulldoze it. Go and play at Salford for 2 years. Get the 15,000 fans in the stadium that actually want to be there. Yeah. And then build a super stadium.
Well, everybody's doing that now, aren't they? I mean, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Real Madrid have done it. Barcelona in the process of doing it. We've seen Tottenham do it. Everton, by the way, are in the process of doing it. It's what's happening, building super stadiums. So Old Trafford needs to, I think you're right, needs to be just push it down, knock it down. Actually, just leave it. It'll probably crumble within a year anyway, and build something new. All right, boys, we got to move on here. Lots to get to. I do want to get to this. EPL Manager of the Year candidates. There are 5 candidates for Manager of the Year.
Top 5.
Top 5. Jurgen Klopp.
How?
I'm just saying. Yep.
Because it's his last season.
I was about to say.
No, but how? I mean, because you won the drink cup and then was like, I'm in first for a hot minute and then failed down the ladder. I mean, that guy should not be. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
I think we're all in agreement, right? Not Jurgen Klopp.
Danny?
Last year, nice job, but sorry, not Manager of the Year candidate.
Definitely not.
No. I mean, I don't know how he made the list. I think that's what I said, and everyone's like, "What?" And I'm like,
he made the list over Sean Dyche with what he's had to get through.
Yep.
Yeah.
My God.
Or even Pochettino. I mean, I think what Pochettino's done is way more impressive.
I think what Pochettino's done in the last 2 months is impressive. Wrangling up everything, it took a while to get there. But
what did he inherit?
A mess. An absolute mess. Next on the list, Mikel Arteta, Arsenal. I mean, listen, they go on to win the title.
Sure.
I would gladly hand it to him.
Well, he said in his interview the other day, right, and I totally agree with him, that it's not progress, it's history what they've done this year.
Yeah.
Most points total of Arsenal of any team in the Premier League. I mean, it's history. If he wins the Premier League, I'd gladly see it go to Arteta.
And it's entertainment. They're entertaining football as well. Go ahead.
But if he doesn't
win it, I don't know. Let's look at the other candidates.
You're going to give Manager of the Year to someone who's virtually done nothing?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
Okay.
Pep Guardiola, the other candidate.
I don't think so.
No.
City have been poor this year.
Yeah, they haven't been the greatest.
They've turned it on the last couple of months, but they've been poor early. So, and I don't want to see the bald-headed bastard win it. No,
but if he wins the double,
I mean,
okay, let's be honest. He's winning the FA Cup.
Yeah, well, no, I mean you got to play the game, and it's a rival.
No, I don't think he does.
Well, okay. You can give him the FA Cup now. If he wins the FA Cup and they go on to win the league, It's hard to say no. It's been a down year compared to most Man City seasons, but
A down year. You won two of the biggest trophies in England.
I mean, I know a lot of people say he's the greatest manager of all time, and
I don't say
I
that.
think that's bullshit.
I think it's bullshit.
I think he's
too.
one of the top 3
I
ever.
think Alex Ferguson's probably the greatest manager of all time. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a United fan. I'm saying that because of his success in different leagues. To inherit a squad that talented from Frank Rijkaard at Barcelona, my grandmother could have won with that team.
Yep.
To inherit a team that he inherited at Bayern,
He failed at Bayern.
he failed,
He
but
failed
he
at
still,
Bayern.
Still won trophies.
he still won the trophy.
Failed at Bayern. No, he was brought in to win the Champions League and never did it.
Yeah, understood.
I mean,
understood.
but he inherited a good squad, though, right?
No, he did.
Yeah,
but that's
100%.
my point. He inherited a
Yeah.
dream squad and failed
And I think
to do what he was supposed to do.
I think to turn around and say that he's made Manchester City is really, really disgraceful, considering what Mancini and Pellegrini put into City.
I was about to say there were some managers before him.
And they won the league, both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Won the league before he ever came in. So the guys only came into good situations. He's never been put in a situation like a.
I also call that smart, going into good situations, right? I mean, he doesn't have to go to the other.
Yeah,
situation
but
on
I
the
mean,
other end
yeah,
of the scope.
but like my counter to that is Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
He took the Roma job and took him
Turned
to
him around.
European finals back to back.
Won him a trophy for the first time in
Yeah.
donkey's years.
Mourinho's won in several different.
Oh, he wins everywhere he goes, except for Tottenham because they wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him.
Possibly, yeah.
So I mean, just
I agree. I don't know
Who's
if
the
it's
next
Pep
one?
Guardiola. Unai Emery at Aston Villa.
great
So
shout. I mean,
listen, for anybody who doesn't know, he took Aston Villa over when they were 1 point from bottom in the table last year.
This guy's got a campaign. He can't even let us.
no, I'm
talk.
just-
I agree with him, though.
I'm not.
But
I'm
he's
not
like
campaigning.
defending something that doesn't need to be defended right now. He's like, let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you something. Oh, let me tell you, let me tell you something. Craig, yeah, agreed. Actually, out of all the guys that you just named, I'd put him ahead of all of them right now. At the current state, it depends on what Pep does, but at the current state, yeah.
The last 5 to 6 weeks, the Villa have been in a cold spell.
Is it
Haven't been able
the manager of the last 5-6 weeks, or is it manager of the year? I'm sorry.
I think if the managers are voting for this,
Yeah.
if the managers are voting for this, I think they all vote for either Arteta if he wins the league,
Yep.
because it's a hard thing to grasp that from City.
Yeah.
And if City win the league, I think all the managers, if they were true managers, they'd turn around and go, "I'm sorry, Pep, but you guys, to what he's done with that squad to get him into the Champions League places this season, that's manager of the year."
Yeah.
And I don't think he could disagree with them.
I don't think if Arteta, Guardiola, or Emery win, I'm not arguing against any
Who's
of
the last one?
them. The Bournemouth coach, Andoni Iraola.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I don't get it.
Shit, I've won more games at Marion than he's won in the Premier League this season.
I don't get that
I
one.
mean, he's in 11th. I
11th?
mean, yeah.
11th?
That's
That's like turning around to your buddies and saying, "You've just pulled a 5 and we're going to give you,
Yeah.
we're going to give you
All high fives.
$1,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen,
last year they were 15th, so that's like,
Someone's gonna have to.
He
explain
wasn't
it.
even the manager last year.
oh,
I had to double.
Well, yeah,
check
so he
if
turned the
was.
team around, and they won 4 more.
Yeah, 4 more games. I had to double check before we came live to make sure that I was actually reading it right. Yeah.
Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding me?
I think it's just a charity shout. Here's the interesting though.
guys,
Here's
hold
the-
on.
Oh,
They're like, you got to give them. All right, they're 11th goals per match. Okay,
Stop talking,
Wait,
please.
Hold on.
Stop
They're
talking.
15th goals conceded. There's 6 on clean sheets.
You sound like you're trying to sell me FC Cincinnati stuff right now. Stop.
Expected goals are listed number 10.
Stop.
It could have been 11th. I mean,
Do you know, if fans are tuning in to watching our show right now,
accurate
this
passes per match.
this is the comedic part of our show right now.
What are you talking about?
Whole thing's
Accurate
been a
passes
comedic
per match.
Ranked 17th.
Yeah. Listen,
Masterclass.
I do want to say, listen, I did while doing the research for this. Here what I got. Jurgen Klopp, German, right? 56 years old. Mikel Arteta, 42, Spanish. Pep Guardiola, 53, Spanish. Unai Emery, 52, Spanish. Andoni Iraola, 41, Spanish. We got 4 Spanish candidates and a German. What was in the water in Spain 40 and 50 years ago that these men have grown up to become just geniuses of the sport? One of the top leagues in the world. What was in the water of the rice back then?
I mean, just there's a lot to the state of the English football society right now. Who's coaching your national team?
Interesting. I mean, an Englishman.
Spanish? Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's why
If they sack Ten Hag and appoint Southgate United manager, I'm supporting Stuttgart next season.
Come on board, buddy.
I am supporting Stuttgart next season, and I am going to grow a mustache.
Whoa.
I am Danny the German. How are
Okay.
you? Oh,
All right.
I am going to be
Let's just
a.
cool it down.
I'm
there.
going to be a Zeman.
Yeah?
I'm going to be Zeman, eh?
You could be a Stuttgart fan. We could be a Leverkusen
Would
fan.
they accept me?
We accept everyone.
You accept everyone?
We accept everyone.
Okay.
That's funny.
We're a multicultural community.
You know something. Speaking of the Bundesliga,
Nobody likes to talk about that.
but we do like to talk about Bayer
The Farmers League
Leverkusen.
this year.
The Farmers League. Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen, 50 games.
Yeah, that's cool.
50 games.
Hold on. Before we get to that, Danny, you got to pick one thing to watch. Okay? MLS, Bundesliga, or Turtles dying?
Turtles?
Dying.
I like turtles.
Bundesliga.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Take that, Brooks. Cut to Brooks' camera.
I cut it out since he's Brooks.
Cut to Brooks' camera. Where's my crab pictures?
Brooks, where are you? Oh, he's in Maryland. Sends crab pictures. Crabs dying, not turtles. I like turtles. Anybody remember that meme?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so it's just interesting that the four Spanish managers are up for that. Let's move on. Bundesliga, as we talked about, Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen, man. 50 freaking wins in a row. One game in the season left, correct?
One league game, one Europa game, and one Pokal game. So 3 games left to do
3
a perfect
points
season.
and 2 championships.
Yep.
Basically.
They're gonna
Or 1 win and 2 championships.
Yep.
incredible.
Do you know what their run reminds me of? I hate saying this, but do you know what their run reminds me of? United in '99. Because United in '99 were so close to getting knocked out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round by Liverpool, and they scored twice in stoppage time. And Leverkusen have just done the same. How many times have they been 2-1 down, 1-0 down?
12 games. They have pulled it back within the 90th minute.
It's incredible.
It's just it's
Yeah.
nuts.
Even my dad was texting me the other week when they were down by 2 in a game that didn't matter. They were already through to the next round. They didn't need to do that, and they went ahead and drew that game 2-2.
So
Phenomenal in the Europa.
I know you guys don't want to hear this in the room, but we were just talking about best managers in the world, and I think, if he it's early on in his career, first club he's ever taken hold of, right? So we'll see as it go down the stretch, but you could be watching the birth of what is probably going to be the best manager in football, period. The guy, the way he subs and when he subs has a lot to do with the way they win or end up taking points and drawing. And the fact that he doesn't inherently totally throw things out the window, they keep progressing in a way, but he puts on different players that will render different results within the way they play is purely a masterclass.
I would like to see him go and win the Bundesliga next season before I turn around and go, yeah, we've got a world-class manager on our hands.
Like I said, you got the start of one. But the fact is, if he wins those 3 games, he's done something that no other manager's ever done before, which is a perfect season. Not since 1888.
Like it takes a while for a legacy to be born, right? It takes a while to get there, but you are right. It has to start somewhere, and he has started off.
A legacy under Jose Mourinho won the Champions League with Porto, and it was born.
Yeah. And so his legacy so far that he is birthing is Leverkusen's first ever period.
Yep.
Title win, number 1. Number 2, for the top 4 leagues, longest winning streak. Number 3, in all of Europe, longest winning streak.
I mean, incredible. It's incredible what he's done. I will say, if there was a vote for manager of the year in the world, it's him. There's no one even close.
He'll get it.
There's no one even close.
They do a FIFA manager of the year, right? He'll
There's
get
No
it.
way he doesn't get that.
There's no one who will receive votes, and if they do, they're wrong. It's him 100%. Now, I respect his decision to stay at Leverkusen, but selfishly, I really wanted to see him go to Liverpool. I wanted to see what he would do at Liverpool with more money and in the English Premier League. I wanted to see what he could do there with that.
Why the hell would he go to Liverpool?
Did you
when
see
he
that?
could go to
Because
Madrid?
he was there. He spent a lot of time there. He likes the
Madrid.
club.
Did you see that interview with is it Ilse Unis, the Bayern CEO?
Yeah.
So there was an interview with Ilse Unis, right? At the Bayern Munich CEO. And he sat down with his wife, right? And she said, Is he going to come, Jabby? And she goes, well, I want him to come. And his wife turned around to Unis' wife turned around to him and said, if he's a man of honor, if he's a respectable man, he will say no to you, and he will stay at Leverkusen. And he did.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's got more respect for him for doing that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I mean, trust me, I get it. I respect the hell out of him, as I'm sure Bayern does, for turning them down because it is a bigger club, more money that he could be paid.
Well, I think he's just waiting to go to Madrid
Right.
with that team that they have and what they're getting.
Oh,
Alphonso Davies Alphonso Davies is going there. That's already done and dusted. What we all know, Mbappé is probably more than likely going in there.
Yep.
You know, so you're talking one of the best teams in the world with some of the youngest world class players that are just sitting around.
Yep.
And Alonso is Ancelotti's baby. Loves the guy. Absolutely loves the guy.
Mhm.
So it's almost like Ancelotti's just doing this, circling these best players.
Yep.
Let's bring him into the club.
Yep.
And when I'm ready to be done and dusted, bring in Jabby, and he's got the team.
Well, there's two things happening here. We just talked, Nate, you just mentioned it. Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, this week said goodbye to his PSG teammates and goodbye to the club. He is officially out the door at the end of the season. We all suspect he's heading to Real Madrid, and that team is going to be unstoppable.
Yep.
That is going to be fun to watch. The only thing that can really stop them is injuries. I think FIFA, UEFA, and everybody's going to put it together next year and go, we need to see Real Madrid versus Man City again, but this time with some new players.
Can you imagine if City get done in with these points and they get relegated, or they get a shitload of points taken off them, and Haaland decides to bolt?
Can you imagine if, like, all of a sudden Elon Musk decided to give us all like $2 million?
They have to charge them with something, Nate.
Yeah,
You're
well,
speaking out your ass.
No,
If
they
you
don't have
think-
to charge them with anything.
Yes, they
Have
do.
you seen the world we live in?
Yes, they do.
Why?
Because they've charged Nottingham Forest and Everton with points deductions for minimal infractions.
Exactly.
City have got 115 longer than my Johnson. So
They
Like-
ping the little guys to say, "Look, we're doing a good job."
can't double
Oh, we
stand like
can't.
that.
This
a double
happens
standard.
all the time. They hit the guys nobody cares about, and then the other ones, which have all the money, they just go,
I think half the charges will go away.
More
I think
than
the oth-
half.
More than half will go away, and then they'll fine them, and then they'll discount them some points to start next season or the year after by several points.
Put an asterisk on one of their titles.
Yeah, which no one will care about. Anyway,
I don't
listen,
think anything's going to happen. I'm
listen,
sorry, Danny.
we got a lot to get to before the end of the show here. I agree, Danny, though, that something has to happen. I just don't. I'm
Yep.
A
kind
long,
of in his court. I
a
just don't know.
long-worded apology.
Yeah, I just don't know if it will. All right, so Mbappe heading to Real Madrid. Some other news that we'd like to get to. American Jesse Marsch is now the Canadian national team head coach. What in the F is that all about? Nate, go take it. Just take it.
You know, I actually, no, seriously, I looked at this from several angles and I analyzed this like since the announcement was made, and I've come to the conclusion after really studying everything and looking at,
You've already spent too
Canada
long on it.
about how they play and everything like that, to just simply say fuck this guy, fuck you and the asshole, and you know what? You can't coach my national team anymore.
Family
Go
show.
fuck yourself.
Family show.
Go no, fuck this. Fuck you, Jesse Marsch.
so- all right.
No, you don't do that. No, suck all the balls.
All right.
all
Hold-
of them.
hold tight,
No,
hold
but you
tight,
don't.
hold
You don't do that. You don't go work at a rival national team.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, tell me why not.
Why not?
Hold on.
Hook, line, and sinker.
All right, I'm
Tell me
good.
Tell me why not.
Well,
Come on, tell me why not.
No, I mean, would you? Okay, would you hire a manager? What's England's biggest rival?
Scotland, mate.
Okay, would you hire a manager that if Scotland had the ability to knock England out of several competitions, would you hire that manager after he coached for Scotland?
I thought you were talking about the other way around.
Would you hire a Scottish manager if Scotland has the ability to? Because the way our system is set up, Canada could absolutely knock us out of several different things.
Just to be an asshole, yes.
Okay.
just to argue.
I'm sorry. I don't like Tim Hortons. And
I was about to say
screw
he's
this
going to
guy.
be going to Tim Hortons, and that's why.
Screw this guy. No, I never want to see it. I don't want to see him near my program anymore.
What I
Go
don't
away.
understand is he is a club coach. He's been a club coach. He's come to
I hope he
RB
fails.
Leipzig. He's gone to Leeds. He's
Failed.
a club coach. Why all of a sudden have you gone to a national team coach? That is not a day-to-day.
Do you not think it was
training-
Do you not think it was a big FU to US soccer?
It was.
Should have hired him before Bill Hallerter was rehired.
Yep. I believe.
It was a big middle finger to him.
You think so?
Yep. I think so. 100%. The way.
Are we on the same page there, brother?
Yep. The way he's talked about it in interviews, the way he's talked about Berhalter and the
Yeah.
team and everything, I think it was a big FU. So you know what? FU right back. I don't need you. Go away.
Imagine
Go
if he-
away. Good luck in Canada, and
Imagine
then
if
go coach for the whatever Canadian league they have over there when you're done too.
get
Don't
paid
even
living.
come back to MLS.
Imagine if he makes him successful.
No.
Well, they've been successful, right? John
No.
Hessman had them as a successful group. They didn't really win much, but
I think the World Cup.
they were in the
were.
World Cup. John Herdman
Are they in
had
the
them.
next one? I can't remember.
Yeah, well, they're automatically in.
Oh, that's right.
Automatically in because they are hosting the one
If
of
they
three.
go further than the US.
Oof.
Holy
imagine?
shit.
Could you imagine?
They're not going further than the US. Get that.
Oh boy.
I tell you what, it's a possibility.
They'll go further than the England.
I got to be honest, boys.
Yes.
I think Brooks may have mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, and I almost threw something at him because I thought it was so bizarre. I'm like, why
I don't
would he-
recall him ever.
I-
Was this here at one of your private shows?
No, this is one of the live shows. I'm gonna have to go check, but I was like, why would he go there? That's a national. That's I think Nate. I think even you and I were like, listen, a national team coach is not like the superiority of coaching. We have to.
I
bring-
thought
we
that
have
was
to
a
bring him down
different
level.
guy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Either way, just bizarre to me that he would go there.
That was like Zidane coming to go coach the U.S. national team or something like that. I thought he said something about Zidane. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
You know what? Brooks does a lot of crazy things.
Yeah.
That we have to bring him back down to earth with.
Heat map, lacrosse.
Yeah.
Thierry Henry.
I'm just really glad we don't have to
Henry.
hear about lacrosse today. Sorry, Brooks. All right, another bit of news here. Sergio Ramos could be heading to the MLS.
He would be wonderful for the MLS.
I think he's going to pick up so many red cards in the MLS because he's old and slow. And he likes to kick people.
Do you think he might not make it in the MLS? Just like
I
Messi
don't
didn't
know.
Make it?
I think he'd
he'll
actually
be
be all right.
You just said old and slow. You just described like 60% of the MLS.
It's
I
true,
think you're in
it's true.
fine, buddy.
He's the different. Well, I don't say the difference. He's going to be. He's in talks right now with San Diego FC, who will be in the MLS starting next summer. So he's in advanced talks with them for next summer. A year older. I don't know. I mean, Colini.
Isn't he playing for Silva right now?
Is he what?
Isn't he playing for Silva?
I don't know where he's playing right now.
I
But
believe he's playing for Spain.
He's-
He's Silva. Like I think he's doing all right.
I don't think he's in the Spanish squad though, like the national squad. I think
the national.
I think he was playing at where was he? I don't even know, but he wasn't playing well. He got sent off a couple of weeks back again.
he's always getting sent off.
I don't know, man. Anyway, we'll see. That's just news. He will be heading here though, one way or another. Awesome. Here's one that'll be it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's playing for Silva. He played 25 matches and had 3 goals.
Did he?
Yeah, he's playing in Europe. He'll be fine in the MLS.
We'll see. How old is he?
Does it matter?
No, he's old and slow.
It doesn't.
He's also nutty.
Does it matter?
Not really.
Does it? I mean,
Really. Not really.
did Zlatan was Zlatan slowed down when he went over at 39?
No, he
Okay, he's 38, and so
Ronaldo's going to come to the US at 40.
yeah, I mean,
He's a machine though.
Yeah.
He works out like
Messi and Ronaldo into Miami.
Oof.
the
my
league would have
word.
to put him in a different team so they could play each other.
Yeah, it's just true. Get
no
more
way.
fans. Yeah.
You're gonna make.
I think
Dude.
everybody wants to see Messi and Ronaldo on the same team.
I think everyone wants to see Messi versus Ronaldo.
Seen it for years, mate, in Spain, and it was the best rivalry ever.
But
I don't
have
need
you-
to see it in
wait,
shitty MLS.
Have you ever seen it in a 30,000 person stadium?
No.
In Columbus.
No.
Okay, because that's where we want to see it, right? We want to see
Why
it.
did you say
Ronaldo-
Columbus and
I
not
don't know.
Cincinnati?
Ronaldo's got
Because Cincinnati doesn't bite old people.
This is true.
We do.
Ronaldo-
We don't.
Ronaldo's not going to LA, not because of that, case.
Yeah.
He's going to Miami.
I don't know if he comes here at all because
How about Atlanta?
Southwestern.
He would either be in New York or
Ooh.
New York or LA.
Miami.
He'd have to be, right? He has to be in a big city.
Yeah.
He'd have to be in a big market.
I'd love to see him play with Messi. It'd be brilliant.
It's going to be
I don't think they would.
It'd be absolutely brilliant.
The money is where he goes to Orlando FC, Miami versus Orlando.
So what was this Bellingham celebration that he was talking about earlier on today?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't see it. I
Spoke in Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, did I ruin it?
So the big thing is Jude Bellingham at the celebration for winning La Liga with his teammates spoke on the microphone, spoke like 4 or 5 sentences in like just awesome Spanish. The crowd went nuts. It's a huge thing for people who don't speak Spanish to be able to speak the language properly. The fans there absolutely love it. That's one of the reasons they didn't like Beckham at the beginning, because he struggled with the Spanish and they thought he wasn't taking it seriously. When actually he was just struggling to pick it up.
I'm glad Jude Bellingham learned to read off of a paper.
Oh, man. Tell me he's not one of the best players in the world. No. He didn't read off the paper.
I'm just
you
joking.
could
No,
see.
he actually, if you
Yeah.
saw what he actually spoke.
He's
very-
pretty
very
fluent
well.
too, right?
Yeah,
I give the young man credit. I give
Bellingham.
him absolute credit
And
for it.
he's almost as good as Florian Wirtz, yes.
Bellingham's
Sure.
Bellingham is one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, along with Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala.
Shut up, mate. Musiala's shit, by the way.
Ooh, I don't know about
Absolutely
that.
shit.
I want to get into that in another couple of weeks with you, because I thought Musiala wasn't bad, and
He's
you
shit,
said he
mate.
was
Absolutely
horrible.
shit.
That's football, though. We've all got our different
He's a
opinions. I
po-
thought he was good. You thought he was crap.
He's a poor man's Phil Foden. Shit, mate.
Phil Foden, best player in the EPL this year.
Yeah,
By the
just
way.
like a Jamal Musiala.
He's
good
crap,
Lord.
mate.
All right, boys, I appreciate it. For everybody joining us, thank you so much. We love the fact that you join us. Do us a huge favor. Give us a like, give us a subscription, give us a share. A big thank you to Soccer World. A big thank you to Aaron and the boys at Next Level Training. A big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars. Nate and I were out at the Michigan Jags tournament all weekend. Whew, there were a lot of Jag games out there. Big thank you to Thomas McGee's. If you're looking to watch soccer, get down to Thomas McGee's. Did you want to say something?
Stay tuned,
Stay tuned.
because I got to look at the video first. But allegedly,
Uh-oh.
there could have been a coach
Uh-oh.
in that Jags final when a parent decided to pull out a boombox and play pump-up music who might have been dancing on the field and dancing with the ref.
I'm going to guess that was you and not me. Or
Are you a coach?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So
Well, then that would
We'll-
discount you right off the bat. Now,
we
what?
will have to get that video for sure. A big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. Danny, did you want to have one final thing to say there? You look like you want to say something happy and joyful.
No,
No happy enjoyness from Danny?
not today.
Come on. You're going to go eat something special at the airport in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever.
Maybe a couple hours.
Well, whatever. It's all the same.
Do I want to say anything special? No.
All right.
I want to say something special. I missed you.
I missed you too.
You're my best bud, not this guy over here.
Yeah.
Don't ever say that I'm not in the text ever again.
Good luck in the playoffs that are coming up, Danny, for the Marion team.
Playoffs?
Playoffs, yeah.
Yes,
Danny.
I will give you. I will give you my last word. Is this is myself and Craig Kern are going to get interview time this week for the Marion High School soccer program. We are entering Catholic League playoffs here in the next couple of days, and then districts after that. So we are having a rocking season, and I'll be interested to speak to the Mr. Craig Kern as a high school coach
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
instead of the sexual god Danny
Can you-
Price on this show.
Can you not be a sexual god when you're being interviewed as a high school coach? Or
No, I'm going to put on my my Harry Potter glasses.
Ooh.
I might wear your stupid German hat so I can look stupid,
Wow.
and then we can go
It's
from there.
culturally insensitive, but
Culturally
okay.
insensitive.
You're not even German.
I know. I put it out for the people.
Oh.
You can,
All right. Boys, appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody following along. Until next week, cheers.
Roast.